Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. We are live on YouTube. How is everybody doing today? How are y'all doing? Hope you're enjoying your weekend so far. It is Sunday, the day of this live stream. I'm glad you could all join me today for this walk, another walk with purpose. And I have a very interesting topic to discuss here today that I feel many, if not most, if not all of us, struggle with this. And it involves being constantly unsatisfied in this modern world that we all live in, even if everything is all good. Baba Booey, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Respectfully, maturely, and professionally, my lady Dawn, welcome to the show. Hey, Lewis Fuller, how are you doing? Gabriella Louise Martinez, aka GLM, welcome. She says, God bless. Got a little bit of wind today, but it's not that bad. Nothing that the windscreen can't handle. Can you folks hear me clearly and see me clearly? Sound check and video check. It looks like the floodgates are open here at Bear Island Marina. Right up the trail. Lots of water is out. It's beautiful. Yeah, I believe this is a controlled levee right here. So sometimes it's dry, sometimes it's full. And right now it looks like the floodgates are open. Babe, you sound and look great. Thank you so much. Baba Booey says, hey, how you doing, Eli? Looks like some amazing weather. Yes, all sounds and looks good. Good afternoon, says Lewis Fuller. Yeah, it's about 65, 64 degrees. But it's a bit breezy, so it feels a little bit cooler. It feels about 58. So, you know, I've got a couple layers on and got my jacket on. But I'm not complaining because, you know, California, I've grown to learn by, you know, being a part of the YouTube community for over 6 years now. And just understanding that California is a very unique place. I never really realized how unique California was until I started associating with people out here on YouTube from the Midwest and the South and other parts of the country. A lot of people have hatred for us, and I'm realizing now that, you know, humbly speaking, we're very freaking spoiled out here in California. We have great weather pretty much all year round. Yes, we do get some storms like we did this year every now and then, and we do get some hot weather every now and then, but it's pretty mild for the most part. And maybe us Californians take it for granted. I certainly don't, because I've lived out here all my life, and this is what I'm used to. This is what I consider to be the norm. But I know in most other areas of the country and the world, it's not like this. That's why the cost of living out here is one of the highest in the entire world. $11 people here. 6 thumbs up. Thank you so much for being here. Please like this stream, whether you're here live or on the replay. Please also share it out. Make people aware that, hey, we're here to truly help people in any way possible regarding anything they're struggling with personally or professionally. My girlfriend and I, we run 2 channels out here on YouTube. This one here, Coach Eli 2 Authentic Live Streams, and Coach Eli, Elias, Melas, our main channel, which is our pre-recorded channel. Please subscribe to both channels and bang the bell, and then make sure you select all notifications so that way you're notified the moment we go live or put out any piece of pre-recorded content. And both channels are monetized. They've been monetized for a while. So, you know, if you see some past videos and you want to, donate, you can. On the pre-recorded videos or live stream replays, you can look for the Super Thanks heart and donate via sending a paid highlighted message in the chat. While we're here live, you can hit that super chat, the $ sign at the bottom of the chat, and send a super chat or super sticker, or you can donate anytime by Cash App or PayPal, via Cash App or PayPal. Nightbot is sharing my Cash App and PayPal links in the chat every 7 minutes. Or on PayPal, you can go to paypal.me/Coach Eli. And on Cash App, you can go to $ the real Coach Eli. And in the description section, I have my PayPal, but I've never added my Cash App to the description section. I should do that as soon as possible, so that way people can see my Cash App on the replays instead of having to scroll through the chat to see it via Nightbot. As always, donations are greatly appreciated, but they are not required. And if you're here live and you do donate via Cash App or PayPal, please make us aware in the chat so that way we can acknowledge you, because I do not get any notifications while I'm live. I have my phone set to do not disturb mode. That way trolls can't call me or text me, and no other notifications can distract me while I'm here live on the air. It's just myself, the camera, and you wonderful folks. That's it. Everyone's saying hello in the chat there. All right. So let's talk about today's topic. This is episode number 464 of Walking with Purpose, live from the San Francisco Bay Trail here at Bear Island in Redwood City, California. And we're going to be discussing, why are people, constantly unsatisfied, regardless of, how good things are in their life, right? Why are people constantly unsatisfied about pretty much every aspect of life nowadays, even if they're living the good life? Let's say they're with a great dating partner, or they're married to a great person. Even if they have a really good job, they make good money. Even if they have it all, why are people so unsatisfied? I started to see this trend becoming more and more apparent as social media became more and more mainstream a little over 10 years ago. Now, social media was already out there before smartphones became the main thing a little over 10 years ago. But now that we have these, smartphones, aka little mini pocket computers, which is where I'm broadcasting live from right now, we have social media wherever we go. YouTube is social media. I'm on social media live right now because of these pocket, mini computer devices that are technically called a cellular phone. We don't even call them cellular phones anymore. We call them smartphones, right? I'm starting to consider calling it a dumb phone, because I think these phones and devices have overtaken our lives so much that they're making us dumb, right? They're making us dumb and numb, and people are forgetting that there is a real world outside of what happens on these phones and on social media, right? And you have to learn, in my opinion, to have a great balance. There's nothing wrong with being on social media and being a YouTuber, being an influencer, being a content creator. There's nothing wrong with participating, with forums or through forums online, as long as you balance it out every now and then by stepping out into the real world and getting out of your house or apartment and mixing and mingling with people in the real world. But going back to, why I feel people are so unsatisfied in this world, even though they may have everything, right? This digital world has brought forth an incredible amount of options, in my opinion, and it should be a fact, but it's my opinion, to the point of where even if we feel as individuals we have the best we can get, the best boyfriend or girlfriend, the best husband or wife, right, the best job, the best whatever, because we have so many options online nowadays, most of us feel, or maybe all of us feel, there could be something better out there, right? And I'm not going to sit here and say that there isn't some truth to that. Because, at the end of the day, there may always be something better out there, right? Whether it's involving a relationship you're in or a job you have, right? Or whatever, right? But at what point are you going to accept what you have and be happy with what you have and enjoy what you have? Because if you're constantly always looking for something better, you're never going to enjoy what you currently have, which could be the best you can get or have, right? Let's take relationships for example. I've encountered many people that have, talked about this with me in the past. And I saw more of this behavior when I was single and, trying to find a special someone, which I now have had for almost 2 years with my lady Dawn. You get on a dating app and let's say you try to connect with someone to go on a date, right? Whether you're a man or a woman, right? Let's say you connect with somebody, right? And then you start chatting and then, you don't hear back from them for a while, right? Or you don't respond to them for a while. You know why that happens? People wonder why that happens. A lot of people feel that, I'm not good enough, or, I'm not attractive enough, or whatever. It may not even be that. It's the fact that everybody out there on online dating is looking to try to find the absolute best person. They're looking for perfection, right? They're looking for the most beautiful man or woman physically, right? Height, weight, tan, right? And in some cases, penis size, right? Boob size, right? They're looking for the person that has the perfect job, has the perfect house, has the perfect everything, right? And people set their expectations so high that even if they find someone that comes remotely close to what they're looking for, they're going to feel that that's not good enough. And even if they start dating that person or hanging out with them, they're always going to be wondering, is there something better out there, right? How many of you have dealt with people like that or have felt that way about the modern world? Let me know in the chat. All right. How many of you have felt like there's always there's a possibility or there could be something better out there? You know, I'm talking about this today because I'd like to help you folks shift your mind to think a little differently, right? And that way you can understand maybe why you've been single for a long time, or maybe why, you know, you don't have a good job right now. Most people don't have what they want because they're not willing to, what's the right word? I can't get the word in my head right now. They're not willing to compromise anything. They're not willing to, you know, lower the standards. That's what it is. They're not willing to lower their standards just a little bit. All right, folks, we've got a little bit of wind here. I hope you can all hear me. Can you all hear me okay? $92 people? No, we're being botted by the same guy that has no life. Lewis, that's all. It's the same guy that comes around every now and then because he's lonely and miserable and bored and has nothing better to do than to go and bot channels. It's okay, not a big deal. YouTube filters them out by the time the replay comes around, and all the views are real. It doesn't matter. I don't really need to know how many people are here. If there are 5 or 10 people here, if there are 100 people here, you know, if people are going to donate and participate, we don't need to know the actual number of people here. And that's all they try to do when they bot you. They try to get a reaction from you or try to, you know, hide your actual number, right? It doesn't bother me anymore. I think it's rather comical, and it just more so shows how pathetic these people are that I've been doing this to myself and many others for over 5 years now. You know, it's all good. So yeah, Lewis, you know, there aren't that many people here. I hope you understand. You know what botting is, right? Right. And YouTube knows I'm not botting my own stream. I wouldn't do that. I'm out here on mobile, you know. So they know there are people that play these games. So they just filter them out automatically after the stream, the live stream ends, and before the replay gets put out. And then that's the end of the story right there, you know. So, you know, my advice to all of you folks out there that don't have what you want in life, whether it's the type of job you want, the type of relationship you want, or, you know, if you want a relationship, a long-term relationship that could lead to marriage, if you just lower your standards just a little bit, I'm not asking you folks to completely lower your standards. What I'm saying is lower your standards just a little bit, because more than likely your standards are unattainable. I see this more so happening with women nowadays than with men. but it happens with men too. Men are very picky too, but more so nowadays, women are more and more picky. And that's because women have a lot more options nowadays than they ever had, or than they've ever had, I mean, because the majority of men nowadays are thirsty beta males that are very vulnerable, gullible, and easily manipulated by these women, right? So because of these vulnerable, thirsty, inexperienced beta males that lack masculinity, in my opinion, it gives women a ton of more options and more control in the dating market, right? Further, and this further actually upsets women when they can't find what they really want, because they'll go out with some of these beta males initially because some of them are okay looking and they make good money, but these guys lack masculinity. They lack confidence, right? And they lack purpose. So while women may like their money and their looks and sex for a while, eventually, after a while, women are not going to want to settle with a guy that has no purpose and lacks masculinity and has no spine, right? Or is a walking doormat and lets any woman just control him and walk all over him and step all over him, right? So a lot of, people being unsatisfied nowadays stems from the dating market, right? But it can also, stem over to the business world as well. Some people are never satisfied with the type of job they have or the career they have, right? And there's nothing wrong with always wanting to strive to become better, right? But whether you're creating content online, running a business online, or in the real world, longevity is what people respect, right? Longevity is what makes you more valuable, right? So if you find something that you really truly love and you stick to it, right? And you never give up and you keep pursuing that field or that type of job, right? Eventually you will reach the top of your game and you'll be the master of that field, right? And people will respect you. An example, I've been doing the coaching thing on YouTube here for 6 years. And I'm nowhere near where I'd like to be. And I've been through the ringer out here, right? And there have been times where I even second-guessed myself, right? There have been many times where I've been unsatisfied regarding what's happening out here. And I thought about doing something else, right? But then I realized this is my purpose, this is who I am, and I'm not going to give up on myself. And I am satisfied. I'm satisfied because I truly love what I do here, and I believe in myself, and I believe in my purpose, right? And I know if I stick to it, eventually, my time will come, right? A lot of relationships fail nowadays because people give up too soon, right? Two people could be compatible, and because there's so much, there are so many options nowadays, that the moment there's one little bit of struggle in a new relationship, when you meet someone, nowadays one side or both sides just part ways and go off to something else because they feel it's easier to go start something new than to work on what you've already got, right? And the truth of the matter is, that's bullshit. Hold on a second. Hope you folks can hear me. The people who are in the chat are dead to us because they have no life and don't know how to grow up. Yeah. Well, some of them, Lewis. We really haven't been trolled that much here lately because the people that were trolling us were primarily led by a former YouTuber that's been banned from the platform. So there really is no motivation for this banned YouTuber to get people to troll me anymore because he can't be on the platform. So that's why you're seeing a much more normal and peaceful chat here, right? In case you're wondering, Lewis, why it's so peaceful, and it's been so peaceful for the last few weeks. Amen. Yeah, brother. You know, Lewis, good things come to those who wait. Patience is the key, and being persistent is the key, right? Patience and perseverance, right? Sticking to what you believe in and, you know, what you feel your purpose is. Like my purpose is to be a coach and to help people out here. And despite what I've been through and how many people have tried to run me off this platform, I'm still here after 6 years. And at this point right now, I feel more confident and more passionate about this than ever before. Because in spite of some recent things I've seen happening out here on YouTube where they've been removing a lot of the people that were affecting my growth with the stupid shit they were doing, with that happening, it basically has just motivated me to work even harder and smarter and to keep pushing forward with more strength, dignity, and pride. Because what happened when YouTube started purging these channels, it opened up the lane for channels like mine that have been overpowered by these other crazy channels, right? That used to attack us and troll us and hate us, right? And again, like I said, you know, hold on, give me a second here. Lots of wind. And again, like I said, you know, sticking with it, not giving up, and pushing forward, I feel I've put myself and my lead in a really good position to finally run with this and truly create something amazing out here that can help a lot of people. That's all we've ever wanted to do. You know, when it's really windy out here, it's distracting and it makes it a little harder to run the show. But like I always say, when it's windy on the way in on this trail, at times the wind is hitting my back on the way back. So it'll be a lot easier on the way back. So bear with me, folks. Am I still coming through okay, Lewis? I've been hearing people say the new CEO don't put up with crap off YouTube. That's true. You're talking about Neil Mohan, the new CEO of YouTube that took over for former CEO Susan Wojcicki. He's done a phenomenal job to finally start to enforce YouTube's policies and procedures in ways that they should have always been enforced. And you know me, Lewis, I've been a very consistent creator out here for a long time. And you know I follow the rules, and you know I protect other people like yourself that have been getting attacked and trolled and hated upon this platform. You know I've always stood up for good people that are being bullied, right? But yeah, he's taking a stronger stance, and I mean, I'm at a loss for words with how much better I feel about the future of the YouTube platform for good people that want to create good, real content. They're not going to have to deal with bullying and harassment and hateful and abusive content. They're not going to have to deal with the same crap that we used to deal with all these years, right? And, you know, the reason why I feel that I'm in the position I'm in now, and it's a good position along with my lady to take our channels to the next level, is because we didn't give up. We believed in ourselves, and even when the times were tough and YouTube was not supporting us by removing all the hateful content and actions people were taking against us on their platform, you know, we found a way to work through it ourselves. We internally learned how to deal with this stuff. Now, here's the downside of YouTube toughening up their rules. A lot of the stuff that I experienced, people will never experience down the road because YouTube won't allow it anymore, right? And while that's good on one hand, on the other hand, it's not going to allow people to go through what I went through, which will make you an even stronger person, right? So here's the thing. To the people that came at me for 6 years and did all this, you know, turmoil and hateful stuff and attacks and all that, right? To those people, right? Thank you for making me a stronger person. Thank you for doing all that. So I've gotten to the point with myself that I'm like DuPont Teflon, where if anyone on this platform now talks shit about my woman or myself, it doesn't faze me, it doesn't faze her. You know why? Because we've been through so much of it. We've had the worst end of it, right? It can never get any worse than it did before YouTube stopped allowing that type of behavior out here, right? So it made us stronger to the point of where we're immune by it, and it doesn't stop us from pushing forward and persevering forward, right? Lewis Fuller says, yes, and I don't have any more trolls, no more. The last time I had trolls on my YouTube channel, I called them out on their BS and told them off, and they did not like it, of course. GLM says, hi, Eli, RMP, Lewis, Holly, and everyone. Lewis says, hi. Hey, GLM, how are you doing today? You know we're being botted by your buddy, Mr. Jones, right? Oh, well. Folks, here's the thing. In my younger days, I used to have the same problem in a different way than how it's happening in the modern world. I used to not be satisfied. I always wanted more, right? You know, I had great relationships throughout all my life. But every time, you know, I got serious with someone, and I've always been with a very beautiful woman physically and great personality and all that, right? But every time I would settle for someone I really had a good connection with and they liked me and it was all good, right? I always wondered, is there something better out there, right? I always wondered that, right? And you know what? This is the truth of the matter. I always wondered that, even as recently as my previous relationship before I met my wonderful woman that I'm with now, Dawn, right? And I will tell you this, I'll tell you this. It happens to all of us where we feel this way. And when you feel that way, you're never going to be happy and enjoy what you have. I feel now for the first time in my life, and baby, if you're watching this now or on the replay, this is the truth. The woman I'm with right now, I'm completely satisfied with in every way. And why am I completely satisfied with her in every way? Because I've gotten to the point in my life where I truly, truly know what I want. And I no longer judge people for issues they're going through. When I first met my lady, she was going through a lot. She's still going through a lot. And in the past, in my younger days, had I met someone like my lady, that's a beautiful woman and very sweet and kind, but she had a lot of issues, right? Had I met someone like that in my younger days, or even in my earlier 40s, I might have not given it a chance. But I started to realize, you know what? Everyone has issues. Everyone goes through things. And if I eliminate someone that would end up being perfect for me just because they have issues currently, then that's my fucking mistake. And that's why when I started dating my lady Dawn, despite what she was going through, I knew she had the biggest heart and soul in the world. And there was no one like her. And I felt from the moment I laid eyes on her and she laid eyes on me that no one was ever going to love me as much as she would love me. I saw that in their eyes. Like, I know it sounds stupid and sounds weird for a guy to say that, but I saw that in their eyes. And at that point, I knew no matter what happened in this relationship, unless she cheated on me, which she wouldn't do that, and I would never do that, I'm going the distance on this one. No matter what. In sickness and in health, in good times and bad times, till death do us part. Like the wedding vows, right? I got to the point in my life where I hope you can all get to. I got to the point of where I don't always feel that there's always something better out there. I'm happy with my lady because she's the best for me and she feels I'm the best for her. We're the best for each other. And there's no need to wonder if there's something better out there because we've already got the best. We've got each other, right? Now, you're always going to have other options, right? But it's the mindset I want you folks to get in. Princess J has a new channel. I'm taking bets for how long it will take for the channel to be nuked. I'll talk about it, GLM. I'll talk about anything. Yes, I heard about that through the grapevine, behind the scenes. Yeah, his new channel is Mr. J of the L channel, GLM. That's the one you're talking about, right? I'm sure you're watching Mr. J. He has no content on there yet. So, I could care less. You folks do what you want to do. Like, I'm totally out of this. Yes, I'm sure that channel will go down like the rest of them have. But, you folks do your thing, do whatever you want to do. Like, I don't have time to deal with that crap, right? But yes, I saw that. And yeah, I heard about it. Things spread around fast. Yeah, and then I looked when I went to his new channel, his newly circumvented channel. It's actually a sock account of his that he's had since like I think 2021. Is there a truck out here? It looks like there's a truck out here on this trail. And if that's a truck that's not a construction worker or a city or county vehicle, that truck is illegally out here. But we're gonna see. Take a look and see. I don't see any tracks right here, so that truck might have done some off-roading. It might be, like a contractor doing work out here or a city or county vehicle. But yeah, I'll tell you what it is, because, hey, look, I don't mind talking about things briefly, GLM, when they come up. It's comical to me that this guy is obsessed with YouTube. I mean, if he's good at what he does, he should be able to take people to a different platform and continue the thing. But he knows he needs YouTube. He knows he needs the networking power of YouTube to meet new people, because his audience comes in spurts. It comes in waves, or what do you call it? It's a cycle. Every 6 months to a year. And you and I were a part of that cycle at one point, and we left, right? So when his current cycle of people supporting him are gone, where's he going to meet new people without networking on YouTube? Because you can't do what he does anywhere else, at least the networking aspect of it. He can run content elsewhere, but without the networking power of Google and YouTube, which is second to none, then you're out of business, right? I don't know if that's we're going to come up to the observation deck. Are there people coming behind me? Not right now. We'll come up here for a second. I'll get to your other questions and comments, GLM, in just a second here. GLM says, my dude trusted me and loved the moment he saw my wonky eye. He didn't know if I was looking at him or not, but he knew it was love. Yeah. Smart guys that are experienced with women, they know. They know when something's real or not. Like, I was what, 47 years old when I met Dawn. So, I had plenty of experience, dating and living life to the point of where, of course, I knew. But if I was in my 20s, that'd be a different story, right? I think when guys hit their early to mid 40s, and if they end up being single in their early to mid to late 40s, I think they know a lot more of how to find, a lot more about how to find the right person, or they know when the right person is around, because we've been through so much and we've had so many failed relationships that we know what we want and don't want. We just feel it. We see it in their eyes, and then the woman sees it in ours, right? Like my lady did. Come on, man. Leave the illegally parked truck alone. He ain't hurting. I'm not saying anything, GLM. You know, it's all good. GLM says he sent me his resume years ago. That guy ain't getting money anywhere else. Okay. Well, let's talk about that for a second as I walk back down. I'm just curious, GLM. That's why I'm asking here, because I mean, he's run I don't know if I'd call it very successful business out here, but he successfully made a living for 4 to 5 years doing what he was doing, right? And you said you've seen his resume, which is great. Why would you say he's not going to be able to make money anywhere else? I honestly think, despite my experiences with him, I honestly think that if he shifted his talents in the right direction, he could make even a lot more money than he's making now. But he'd have to work it. He'd have to work hard at it. And it would take time. And he would not. This is the problem. He wants to be in control, right? And as an entrepreneur, you are in control of your stuff, right? But I think in order for him to make sustainable income and get some good money coming in and good benefits coming in and all that, he would need to go work for somebody else. You see, I wonder, here's the thing. Here's what I wonder, GLM. I wonder if guys like Jamie and JB Gunner that have been doing this for years as self-employed entrepreneurs pay for health insurance. I have a feeling that Jamie doesn't have health insurance, right? And at the age of 40, you cannot be put on any family member's health insurance plan. You have to get your own, right? Now, like I was saying the other day, thanks to Barack Obama, who I thought was a phenomenal president for 2 terms, created the Affordable Health Care Act, Obamacare, right? The Affordable Health Care Act, which allows anyone in the U.S. through their state and federal tax credits based on your income to get affordable health care. There's no reason why anyone in this country shouldn't have insurance. But I wonder if he even has insurance. And getting a job, outside of the online and social media sector or a W-2 job would afford him benefits and other stuff that he probably doesn't have, that he's going to need. GLM says, I've seen high school students with better resumes than Jamie. It's so sad. What talent? Tracing or copying MJ's work? I get where you're coming from. And yes, he has copied a lot of other artists' work. But I do believe he has the talent of creating his own original stuff. It just takes more time. And it's not going to be as noticeable at first, which is why he uses, he takes from other artists. And he does it under fair use, and for the most part, there are no legal issues involved as long as you transform it. But still, everyone knows, unless something is 100% original, it's not an idea or concept you came up with on your own. Is that what you're saying, GLM? I get that. I totally get that. I don't do anything about Princess J. He's evil, and all he does is hurt people. He can reap what he sows. The guy's a bummer with no talent and no personality. Many people would agree with you. And, you know, for the most part, I agree with you too. And even though a lot of the stuff that he did do was fake instigated drama just to get attention and traction and entertain an audience of people that will pay him donations for that type of content, it still doesn't make it right. Right? You know, one day, GLM, everyone will come to terms with their own demons within. And even Jamie one day will accept the reality of all this and put it behind him and move forward. Is that day going to come anytime soon? One can only hope. You know, what's been happening to him out here on YouTube with his channels being terminated and being banned off the platform, you know, that's something I'm sure has got him to start thinking, hey, what's my next move? Where do I go from here if I can't get my channels back, which he's not, because he keeps circumventing and keeps being taken down. So he's got no shot of coming back, because this is the 4th channel since his first 5 originally went down for circumvention. This is his 4th channel that's probably going to go down soon for further circumventing, right? If he hasn't already beaten the dead horse, he's constantly more so beating a dead horse, in essence, right? I think what he's trying to do, GLM, is you know, hopefully try to come back and fly under the radar, and one of his channels sticks and doesn't get taken down, and he can come and do what he's doing. But it's just not going to happen. There are too many people that he's pissed off with his fake instigated drama. Whether he intended to harm them or not, it's not the point. It's how it was perceived by those people. And he's harmed too many people in that way, to the point of where, you know, look, there's hundreds of people that are reporting him and flagging him every possible time. There's just no way. And I think he's trying to come to terms with it at this point and try to figure out what the next move is. Maybe he's trying to see, okay, this Mr. J from the L channel thing that he has out there now, and trying to get people to subscribe to it, right? Maybe this is his final chance, looking to see, okay, will this channel last a week, or will it only last a day or two? How serious is YouTube in keeping me off the platform? Because, you know, I've come back on 3 other channels since my initial ban for circumvention, and I've been removed in less than 7 days. Let me try this one more time and see, hey, look, are they going to ban this channel again within 7 days? Let's. What if I don't put any content on this channel? Will this channel stay up, right? I think he's testing it. I think he's trying to figure the workaround. He's trying to figure the workaround on YouTube. At the same time, he's trying to figure out what's my next move, because more than likely, this is the end of my reign here, right? What's my next move? And that's, if I was in his shoes, that's what I'd be thinking. Hold on a second here. Hey, Amber. That's not the real Amber. GLM, can you check that channel out? That's a fake Amber channel. Well, the real Amber channel got shut down, I forgot. He's done out here. He cost me my channel, Eli. I can't afford to feed my daughter. That's a troll. Amber, that's not the real you. Someone is trolling you. Someone is trolling, pretending to be you. But what they're saying is true. And here's the thing, Amber, if that's really you, or if you're watching this because someone made a sock account with your name, okay, you put yourself in that position and you already knew what you were risking, right? You know, if your priorities were your daughter and that money you were making from YouTube was necessary, to take care of your daughter, then there's no way you would have allowed Jamie to come on your channel and run your channel like it was his through a StreamYard, because that's what happened, right? But here's the thing. Would you have grown your channel to 2K subs and never gotten it monetized if it wasn't for Jamie and his network? I don't think so. So this is what I call, Amber, a codependent relationship. You're dependent on Jamie to get that channel, or you were dependent on Jamie to get that channel where it got to, and when he went down, he was dependent on you to keep his thing going, right? So that's called a codependent relationship. And the truth of the matter is, Amber, if that's even you, which it's not, but who knows, maybe you'll hear this one day, codependent relationships never work. Amber, now I have to wear knee pads all day. Okay, well, GLM says if he would have made his original channel a business account, he wouldn't have this problem. Dummy, that's not true, GLM. He would still be shut down for circumventing. When you're talking about business account, GLM, hold on a second here. We got a chopper coming. You're talking about a brand account, right? Are you talking about a brand account on YouTube? Because, yeah, all my channels are brand accounts. And let me tell you, brand accounts from this type of terms of service violations, it doesn't make a difference. GLM, he's so unoriginal that he names his channel a name you give him. He has no creativity. It's so sad. Yeah. Well, he's doing it. You know what the funny thing is? Because, I'll look into things every now and then. And, what's his name? JT, John Tuttle. With the, what's the Cocaine Bear channel, whatever it's called now, right? He was doing a live stream yesterday talking about some woman that I really feel everyone should stop talking about. That's Sharon. If Sharon wants to create content and talk about her stuff, she should be able to talk about whatever she wants to talk about on YouTube without getting harassed and scrutinized by the same people that I've been doing it to her for the last 5 years, which are the same people that were coming at me for the last 5 years, right? You see the cycle here, right? It's a psychopathic cycle. But it happens this way because a few people were able to monetize it, right? Now, as far as JT goes, he's not monetizing any of this. I don't even understand why John Tuttle, and I love you, bro, you're still a mod here and you're a friend. Why are you wasting your time with this crappy content? I mean, it's literally crappy content. Right? And I saw Jamie in there, Mr. J from the L channel, and he was saying something like, well, you know what? She should go to jail, okay? He did the okay, which is, making fun of me saying okay, right? Okay. Right? So is he now gonna try one last time to make fun of me with his current circumvented channel, Mr. J from the L channel. Because yeah, that was me, GLM. You remember those days where I wasn't talking to, well, I was responding to him, but I didn't want to give his channel notoriety, so I just said, "Oh, Mr. J from the L channel," and then he created an account, and that's the same account. That's a suck account that he's now trying to turn into a channel. Yes, this is me. That's what Amber looks like. Amber says he's done out here. Yes, it's fake. Says GLM, they are trolling with the truth. No, they are. They are trolling with the truth. No, that's why we're not banning them, because it's the truth. Like, somebody is on the right side of things with that account. They just don't want to be known, and I don't blame them, right? Because here's the thing. Like, if you use a known account and you come around and you talk about, this situation with Jamie and the circumvention and the banning of his channels and his banning overall, right? Then he'll make content off you somewhere else, or at least he'll try to, right? So it's almost like you got to be incognito to share your truth about this situation. It's just so surreal, man. it's and for me, look, I'm not even talking smack about him. I don't talk smack about people anymore. I'm just sharing, hey, this is what's going on. This is how people feel. This is what he's up against. This is what I feel he should do. Cut his losses and move on and do something that's going to move his life forward in a more positive way. Financially and personally, right? That's all I'm saying. But for some reason, he just can't let go of this YouTube. He just can't let go, and this is just showing it. It's almost like YouTube is his air. Like, dude, is YouTube your oxygen or what? Seriously, dude, because if YouTube wasn't your oxygen, you wouldn't keep trying to come back. When you know it's only a matter of time before you go down again, right? Jamie effed that girl over? Yeah, he did. I know what I'm talking about, says GLM. Okay. Amber said he used me. GLM says can't even talk. GLM says JT loves women's drama. He is just harassing Sharon. He's sick. I don't think he's harassing Sharon. But I will agree. And JT, I love you, bro. And you're still a mod here. We're still friends. We're connected behind the scenes. Right? I love JT. But I will agree with GLM. You do love being enthralled in women's drama. I cannot stand any drama, let alone women's drama. Shit, I'm out. The only drama I'll deal with is my ladies' drama, because at least we get to make up for that in different romantic ways. Let's put it that way, right? But why the hell, as a man, would I want to deal with any other female drama, let alone a group of females on this platform that are of the most mentally and emotionally unstable women I've ever come across, right? I'm not saying they're all at that level. There are a few creators that know what they're doing, and they're trying to leverage this for money. But the ones that are not leveraging it for money, right, they have some serious mental and emotional issues. And they come out here using YouTube as an outlet. And like I've always said, they're projecting their insecurities onto other people as an attempt to try to kick them down to their level so they can feel better. That's all it boils down to. That's all it's ever boiled down to, right? GLM, I'm sorry that happened to you, Amber. You're so effed, ma'am. Amber, the sock account says he needs rehab. Well, what kind of rehab do you think he needs, Amber sock account? The Amber sock account's on the right side of things. Hey, you know what? If it's positive trolling, we let that go, right, GLM? Positive trolling. I never thought I would say that. Look at how beautiful it is out there. It's all green. You see that, GLM? It's all freaking green. I'm going to pull over in just a second and let this person pass me by. Let me do that. I like this Amber. The other one is a real C word. You want to know something, GLM? Let me be honest with you, because here's the thing. The majority of women that were a part of Jamie's groups, the Legion, Chroma King, James, whatever he's been, right? Lycan Theory, Lycan Legion, whatever, right? The majority of those women were not bad women, and I still feel they're not bad women. Did they have issues? And do they still have issues? Yes, but I feel the reason why they sought out a group like Jamie's was for comfort, support, right? To have a place to go and voice their opinions where they, would feel appreciated, right? And that's, see, JB Gunner did the same thing. JB Gunner, Jamie, and many other creators that run these groups like cults. What they do is they love bomb you at the door, like the Church of Scientology. And now Mr. J from the L channel will say, "Oh yeah, Church of Scientology, yeah, love bomb, yeah, okay, love bombing, okay. Is that what you're gonna do, dude? Same shit, different day, right?" So they love bomb you at the door. They make you feel all comfortable and gooey inside, right? And they initially give you the emotional support that you need, but then they flip it on you unless you keep donating, right? You understand what I'm saying, GLM? I honestly don't think most of these women, and you want to know something? I'll even go on a limb and say this. I never thought I would say this, but even Tiffany, if you hear this, Tiffany, I don't even think you're a bad person. If you want my honest truth, Tiffany, I think you know how to play this game better than Jamie does. And I think the reason why Jamie hates you is because you're as good or better at the game than he is. And he can't stand it when someone's better at the game than he is. Yeah, Tiffany is one world-class manipulator. And she's good, right? And you can fool most people. And I'm not criticizing you, Tiffany. I'm paying you a compliment. You're damn good. And my lady even thinks so too. Right? So I don't think these women necessarily want to behave the way they're behaving. They're behaving this way because of the way they were treated through that group. They were used. They were led to believe they were getting something else when they were love bombed. Right? And then when they try to withdraw, what happens? They get the shit talked out of them, right? Or if they've shared any pictures, they go public, right? Like all that stuff, that's what happens, right? It's just a game. It's just a game. That's all it is, right? So I don't think any of these women, any of them, are technically bad people. I think they were a prop all along. They were a prop in the skit. They've all been props or supporting cast members. That's all they've been. People don't understand that. I do. RJ Sandifer's in the house at Coach Eli 2 Authentic Live Streams. People try chasing after the wrong thing and they become unsatisfied. Right. Well, or they have the right thing, RJ, and they're not satisfied because they're thinking there's always something better out there. I was saying at the beginning of the show, I've kind of switched some gears. You can still talk about the topic. I was talking about the topic the first part of the show, but now on the way out of the trail, we've been talking about some other things. GLM brought up the fact that, Jamie has been removed from the platform for circumvention for a couple weeks. And then since he's been removed, he's had 3 other channels removed, and now he has a 4th one that's back up to being live. And so GLM brought it up, and I heard about it behind the scenes before I went live. And we're just saying, man, it's almost like a cockroach, right? I mean, it's like having a cockroach. I ain't going anywhere. God. Eli dropping truth bombs. Yeah, I must know who you are, huh, Amber? Sock account. Who knows? That could be ODN. Who knows? I have love for you, ODN. Oh, man. GLM says that POS was effing with me on my channel when I don't even know who she is. Yeah, and GLM, I don't condone that behavior. I get what you're saying. And listen, ultimately, she did what she did. She decided to do what she did. But do you not think for a moment that she wasn't highly influenced to come to your channel because of Jamie? Because no one, listen, these women don't know all the channels that have somehow worked their way through the Jamie network, right? Jamie makes them aware, right? And then, he talks to them behind the scenes and they're highly influenced to come at you. Do you not think for a second that she wasn't influenced, or these women that come and attack your channels or my channel weren't influenced by him? Everyone that's attacked my channel in the last 2 years, for the most part, has been influenced by him in some way, shape, or form behind the scenes. That's the truth of the matter. Princess J is crawling in our cereal boxes. LOL, says Amber. GLM says, I don't care why she did it. She's a grown-ass woman and she can kiss my, what. Yeah, I get it. And GLM, listen, you're right. You're right. Ultimately, if she were to go and end someone's life because Jamie told her to do so, ultimately she's the one that did the action, right? Now, Jamie would go down as an accessory, but she would get the stricter punishment, more than likely lethal injection in most states that have the death penalty, right? So I get what you're saying. You're right. I'm not saying that, she didn't take that action on her own, but you also have to understand a lot of these women have been highly influenced and manipulated by him as part of his content. That was his content strategy, right? RJ Sandifer. My nephew Zachary went to a prom last night. Oh, wow, he has a girlfriend? Congratulations to Zach. How's Zach doing, by the way, RJ? Zach doing all right? By the way, folks, a couple things. Tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, shortly following this show, MJ Bodie, a.k.a. Archer Media Channel, ARCHER space MEDIA, is going to be releasing a 2+ hour interview with me that I recorded with him a few days ago. It was a really, really good interview. And if you need something to listen to tonight, it's very interesting because MJ was a part of the Lycan Legion with Jamie for a while. But MJ was just a part of everyone. You know, MJ just wanted to be friends with everyone. And so, you know, I've always had respect for MJ. I just was never able to work with him in the past because anytime I would work with him, it would upset Jamie. I just didn't want to deal with that, and MJ didn't want to deal with that. But now, after this whole thing happened with Jamie's channels going down, MJ reached out to me last week and asked me if I wanted to do an interview. Said, that sounds great, dude. I respect his work. He's a really good guy. And my interview was not going to be released until next Sunday, because he was also going to interview Amber and put her story out today. But Amber canceled out in spite of recent events, her channel going down. Like, you didn't have to cancel out, Amber. Like, do you feel now, because your channel's been terminated, that you know, you're done with social media completely? Because you can still share your story. But do you see how dependent? You know what's funny, GLM? You tell me what you think, GLM, and anyone else here, RJ, whoever else is here, right? It seems like these people are dependent on being allowed to create on the YouTube platform to feel like they're worth something, right? So had your channel not gone down, Amber, you would have gone on to interview with MJ, and then what would you have done? Promote Jamie and your channel, and hey, come see Jamie on my channel, right? But now that your channel was removed for circumvention, which that's what happened, now you don't see any value of doing the interview with MJ. I mean, is that what it all boils down to? And here's the thing, Amber, I'll ask you this. Right? Are you an individual, or are you someone that bases, you know, your purpose on someone else? Because it looks like to me that you are basing your success on what Jamie wanted it to be, and how he wanted it to be, right? I mean, are you not an individual? Because I'm an individual content creator. I don't let anyone tell me what to do or how to run my channel. I do it. Besides my woman, who's my business partner, but no one tells us how to do what we do. We're open to feedback, but ultimately we decide what we do, right? He's going to be a senior next year, says RJ. That's his nephew, Zach. Wow, congratulations. He's about to graduate. MJ's my soul brother, says GLM. ODN, hey man, are you talking about Jamie? Well, GLM brought it up, and I started talking about the second half of the show because, you know, I found out earlier behind the scenes, and GLM found out too as she brought it up, that Jamie's back on another channel, the Mr. J from the L channel. It's an old sock account of his he's had for a few years, making fun of me because a few years back when I stopped addressing him for a while and I didn't want to give his channels any notoriety, I started calling him Mr. J from the L channel. So he created a sock account on that. And because, you know, after he got shut down for circumvention on his original first 5 channels or so, he's had 3 other channels gone down, and now he's got the Mr. J from the L channel that he's trying to rebuild again. And it's like, here's the thing, like, I could care less. Like, the only reason why I found out is because so many people are watching this guy like a hawk that you almost can't go anywhere on YouTube without seeing a comment about it or something, right? It's just rather hilarious, you know what I mean? It's called Mr. J from the L channel, meaning Mr. Jamie from the lichen theory, or I think back then it was before he changed the lichen legion, it was lichen theory, right? Mr. Jamie from the lichen theory channel, Mr. J from the L channel. I don't know. Maybe GLM has the link. She can send it to you behind the scenes. It doesn't matter. I really don't care. I don't care. At this point right now, ODN, I just think this whole thing is comical. Because it's like this dude just needs YouTube to breathe. Like YouTube's his oxygen. Like he's trying to do whatever he can to just somehow have a presence on this platform. And again, I could care less. It's just, hey, if I was in his shoes, I wouldn't even try. It's like the platform has deplatformed him. It's only going to be a matter of time before the hundreds of people that are probably, reporting him are going to get him taken down again. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's a waste of time. You just saw him in a friend of yours chat? Whose channel is that, GLM? If you don't mind sharing. It's okay. I don't care. You can share it. My whole thing is this, right? And I'm not trying to talk smack about Jamie or anyone, but like I was saying earlier, GLM and everyone, a lot of the women that have been supporting Jamie, and even some that have withdrawn, right? I'm not saying these women are bad women, they're not, but they are women that are struggling with emotional issues, mental issues, anxiety, depression. And I'm not criticizing you ladies. My lady's been going through the same thing, but she's been getting the right medication. She has the right doctors, the right therapy, and all that. And my lady and I both feel for those women, and we're willing to help those women. If those women want to come around here and have a safe place to just talk about what they're really going through. We don't need to talk about Jamie or anyone. Listen, we don't want to deal with these women, to talk. We don't want to talk about Jamie. We want to let him go and do his own thing. What we want to do is help you ladies resolve your underlying issues so you can have a better, happier, and healthier life. But until these ladies are ready to realize that, until they realize what the real issues are, no one can help them. I'm waiting for all these people to pass by on these bikes. Jesus Christ. Okay. All right. The whole family of 12 just passed by on bikes, and they were taking up the whole trail. So I was courteous Eli, and I moved off to the side. Right? On the couch with Tammy, he's infiltrated her channel like a punk. She'll eventually see him for who he is. So let me get this straight, GLM. He keeps creating accounts so he can go and network with new people to try to bring it to the next cycle of his business, right? Okay, that makes sense, right? That's what's going on. So he's networking. He's infiltrating networking, right? Right. Technically, If it was done for the right reasons, it'd be networking, but didn't. In this case, this is networking with malice. So this is infiltrating, right? Infiltrating networking. That's just unbelievable. Jamie only goes to her channel so he can hate bond with her because they both don't like Scotty. He won't stay there for long. You know what? This whole group, Scotty, Jamie, and hate bonding and all this. You want to know something? I'm going to mention this right now. GLM, and listen, I'm paying you props, and my lady does too. I'm paying you props as one of the smartest ones, right? So I think you'll understand where I'm coming from with this, right? But who's really to blame here? Is it really Jamie's fault? Or is it all these women that are doing what they're doing, which allows him to keep doing what he's doing, right? And again, I'm not here to talk smack about anyone, but Scotty was a part of my group. I was very nice to her. So was my lady. So was everyone in my group. And what did Scotty do? Because she figured she could get more traction talking shit about me, even though I never did anything wrong to her. And she was a moderator on my channel, and she was connected with me behind the scenes. She went and started doing hate streams on me for no reason, just to try to capitalize, right? And I'm like, I never did anything wrong to her. I never said anything wrong, right? So, I mean, here, the truth of the matter is this. All of these women need to just stop the BS, okay? Scotty, whoever your friend is, Tammy, all of these women are doing, all of them, is giving Jamie more content and what he wants. And if you ladies continue to do this kind of stuff, then it's more your fault than Jamie's. Now, I'm not saying what Jamie's doing is right, but why would you ladies continue to do the things that allows him to do it? Why don't you look at it that way? I don't get it. This is me putting my coaching hat on and saying, use common sense, right? Let that shit go. Ignore, right? Tammy only allows him in her chat, says GLM. He can't get his grips into her. Good. GLM, whoa, homie. Tammy doesn't know him. He's only trying. She has only allowed him in her chat. She doesn't know how much of a POS he is. Well, okay, cool. Well, I wish her the best, right? And here's the thing. I think Jamie's a pretend POS. He's acting, which can kind of make him a POS too. I get it, right? But the bottom line is that it's the same act. It's the same cycle. It's the same act and cycle of him infiltrating some woman's chat and trying to hate bond and leverage that network. It's the same cycle. Why can't you folks see this? Every 6 months or year after year, it's the same cycle. God. And it's so old and boring. God. Thank you for visiting Bear Island. Well, thanks for sharing that, GLM. And again, you know, I'm talking about this because there are a lot of people that we can help here, and I'd love to have the opportunity to help them, right? And if not, that's okay too. My lady and I are just throwing it out there. Odie and Eli, I've watched you ignore him while he continues to talk about you. What makes you think if the ladies ignore him, he will stop? What makes me think that he'll stop if the ladies ignore him? One thing. This all boils down to one thing, Odie, and you let me know what your thoughts are after I say this, please. Respectfully, right? It all boils down to money. If it's not profitable, it's not worth his time, right? So, what's making him, then you have to look at what's making him profitable, right? Where is he getting most of his donations from these women that we've dubbed as desperate housewives, right? Right? Whether they're single moms, or whatever, right? Where are most of the donations coming from? The women, the desperate housewives that he's infiltrated in the same ways that he's trying to get in with, I guess, GLM's friend, or whatever her name is, Tammy. I don't know who she is, right? Granny's watching, ignores him to this day, but he still talks about her almost every day. Well, I mean, why? Because Granny's watching, Jess has a network of people, has a network of paying customers, and if he can leverage one or two or three of them every now and then to get paid, that's why he probably does it. The whole thing is what's profitable, what's going to make him money. It's a business. And look, I'm not trying to take away anything from anyone. We all have our opinions, but the bottom line is this all boils down to what's going to put money in his pocket and pay his bills. That's what it all boils down to, right? Why do you think they don't talk about me much anymore? I'm not profitable to them. I used to be their number one profit. Why? Because I would do stupid shit. I would react and overreact, right? I don't do that anymore. I learned my lesson. These people haven't. These people are doing what I used to do, and that makes them profitable through content, entertainment, and other stuff, right? That's what it all boils down to. Do you think someone would do all this for no money? No, dude. No. No way. It's a business. Right? I don't like the business. You don't like the business. But that's his business, right? And people have a choice whether they want to do business with him or not. And if there are women that choose to do business with him, that's on them, right? But if they do business with him and then they feel like they're screwed over, cut your losses and move on. Stop talking about him, because if not, he'll make content out of that and make business off of you going crazy and selling that to other people that like that type of content. Come on, people, come on. I talk about this because I care about everyone, and I just want everyone to be happy, for Christ's sake, right? That's all. And the thing is, Odin, like I said a second ago, he doesn't talk about me that much anymore. He talked about me one time since being removed, and hardly made any money off of it, and hardly got any traction off of it. Because there's nothing like, I mean, it's the same old thing, right? And hey, look, I'm going to wrap up by saying this. I wish him the best. I hope he figures this out and does something that he can be more proud of and turn things around to the point of where he doesn't have a lot of targets on his back, He has a lot of targets on his back right now because of the content he creates, and he knows it, right? Like I couldn't even if I was going to get paid $1 million a year doing the type of content that he makes, I couldn't live with the fact that I have all these targets on my back. I just couldn't live with that. So like I would never take a deal like that. I would never ever choose a large amount of money to sell out to this type of content. It's just not worth the repercussion, you know what I mean? I wish him the worst, okay? That's on you, GLM. I'm going to respectfully disagree with you. I don't think stalking and harassing is a business. I think he's just a weirdo who likes to talk smack. He doesn't make that much in donations. Okay. All right, well, I think we've said what we had to say here today. Talked about the topic in the beginning of the show. And, we talked a little bit about the drama going on. Hey, Hope Hurts, how you doing? Welcome to the show. We're about to go off the air. I'll tell you, folks, it's been... give me one more second. I'll walk on over here. I'll wait for these people to pass on by. If Jamie's good at anything, it's continuing to get people to talk about him, regardless of what he does. And the only way people talk this much about someone is when they constantly do stupid shit on purpose, right? That's why we're talking about him, because of the stupid things we assume or we feel he's doing, right? And maybe he's playing all of us. Maybe that's, his skit, his game of continuing his legacy going. He technically is no longer on the platform, even though he's trying to, work his way back on it. But look at all of us. We continue to talk about him, right? No one's allowing it to die out. And maybe partially that's because he's that good at antagonizing people and crawling under people's skin, right? So I think we've got to get to the point of where we all got to let it go. We all got to let it go, right? Because until every last person stops talking about it, he's always going to have something to survive off of, right? MJ's channel is Archer Media, ARCHER space MEDIA. GLM, Jamie is going to hell if he doesn't repent. Well, I think he needs to do confession with Pastor Mill. GLM. I'll have Pastor Mill from Canada come onto my channel, and we will do live on the air confessions, right? And we can have people come on and ask for forgiveness, right? And if you're thinking about coming on my channel and porn bombing me, I do have a 1-minute delay through OBS, where if you porn bomb me, I'll just dump the delay and it'll never go out there. That's the cool thing about my technology and my knowledge. There's no way you can porn bomb me. I thought I saw it before, but I guess I didn't saw it. Yeah, no problem, GLM. GLM says he needs confession with Jesus. Pastor Mill is not a Catholic. No one can confess him. Well, I'm not Catholic either, GLM. I'm Greek Orthodox. And we have confession too. I don't know what you mean by that. I went to Catholic school all my life, so I have Catholic friends and I understand the Catholic Church, and it's very strict. But so is my church, but still, And I was trying to be funny, GLM, but I failed miserably, so thanks for that. I appreciate it. Hope hurts. Sometimes I feel that hell would be a nicer place than here. Sorry to be negative. Why do you say that, Hope hurts? Pastor Mill is Christian, not Catholic. Yeah, I'm more Christian too. Greek Orthodox and the Christian church, they're very similar. But I mean, the Greek Orthodox Church and the Orthodox Church and the Catholic Church used to be the same church. and they broke away a long time ago because they had a slight difference of opinion in the way some events happened back in those days. But hey, it's the same God and Jesus, and I believe it's all good, right? The Bible says you can only confess to Jesus, not to a man. Okay, that's cool. Well, then maybe we can have Pastor Mill be the Jesus representative. I'm sure Jesus would be okay with that. If you confess to man, then you don't trust in Jesus. It's not the same God, not by a long shot. Okay. It's all good. I respect your wishes, GLM. I respect what you're saying. It's all good. All right, folks, I'm going to wrap this up. My lady and I are going to postpone the show we were going to do tonight until tomorrow for many reasons, but primarily because the MJ Bodie video is being released, and we want to put the focus on that. We really want to help MJ Bodie out. So please subscribe to Archer Media, ARCHER space MEDIA. When the event is, when the interview is posted at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, which is right around the corner, I'll share it on my community tabs and you'll see it there. But just go to Archer Media right now, ARCHER space MEDIA. Subscribe, bang the bell, select the notifications, and you'll get notified when that piece of content gets released or anything else gets released from MJ Bodie. And yeah, give MJ a chance. He's a really good guy. He's been through a lot. He's a very spiritual guy, but very down to earth and very easy to talk with and get along with. All right. With that being said, have a good one. Take care. And as always, be good to each other.